Hey guys, Nate here. Just wanted to jump on here and show a little bit about trademark research. As we start listing more and more products, it is important to know the best way to do trademark research. And I've actually been falling in love with Tangent Test, which is a Chrome extension. You can get it from the Chrome store. I'll have it linked in the description of this video. Right here it says remove for Chrome for me, but if you go to the link and click that, it will add it to your Chrome browser, and it is this like grayed out image. Kind of looks like a triangle pointing to the right. This has been a very, very helpful tool as we start doing more trademark searches in more areas, like for shirts and books and even for pop sockets and other things. Someone told me about this a few months ago and I've just absolutely been in love with it. So I want to jump in today and show you guys how to use it. So if you guys, once you have it installed and you want to start doing some trademark searches, there's two ways of going about that. You can go straight to USPTO, and if you Google search that, you'll see it's the United States Patent and Trademarks Office. And when you come to their website, find it fast, and under trademarks, you'll see TESS, T-E-S-S, is their trademark electronic search system. This is the website that you want to be going to when you're doing your researches. I've used other websites in the past that kind of use the data from this website, but they haven't always been up to date. So I've just been going back to using this. But you'll see at the top here, Tangent actually adds in this blue area. So if you don't have Tangent on, you will not see this blue area. But with Tangent on, you will see this blue area, and this is just a much better search bar than what the Patent and Trademark Office allows us to use. It's kind of clunky and difficult to understand exactly what you're doing. So with Tangent, it just is one search bar and you just select what you're going after. So if we're doing t-shirts this week, so if you're going to be searching for shirts, you can just, make sure clothing is checked, and I usually leave exact match on, and then search for something. I usually use just do it. Because we all know that's Nike's slogan and should come up as trademark. So if we, again, just making sure we have clothing checkmarked, exact match, I'll leave that on and I hit search. This is going to show us a list without going through the test like search bar and everything. It's just going to show us the actual results page of what we actually want to know. I can increase my screen a little bit so you guys can see this better. And this is actually a really good example to show off because there's two things that you want to be looking for when you come to a list like this. The first thing is whether it's alive or dead. You can see this first one that says the word mark just do it is actually dead. So if we just saw this one, we could use just do it on our shirts, which would be fantastic. But because this one is alive, we cannot. Now this alive status just means that it is either in it's either excuse me, it's either being held, so we can't use it, or it's in the process of being made sure that we can't use it. The wording on that could be worded better, but basically what we want to do is look for this registration number. So if we see it's alive, we want to look over here to see if it has a registration number. If it actually has this number, it means that it's gone through and this is a trademark that we can't use. Sometimes you'll see a status say live and it doesn't have a registration number. That means maybe possibly in future we won't be able to use it, but currently we still can, even though it says alive over here. So that kind of comes down to however you want to run your business. If you are, someone who wants to be, kind of on the cutting edge and know, what's going on, and you'll be checking back on this and you'll have a list and, be fact checking what's going on. If you see one that says alive and it doesn't have a registration number, I'd say that's good to use. But if you're more like us and we're pretty reserved about what we're doing, we don't want to go back and check trademark a whole bunch. If we see something's alive, we usually just stay away from it, even though it's not going to be, a problem if we list something that had trademark that says alive but doesn't have a registration number. We still just stay away from it because in future it could get this registration number and then it would be illegal to use that, or it wouldn't be allowed to use that. So if that is a little confusing to understand, just know when you're looking at this list, you want to be looking for these registration numbers. This is really what means you cannot use it. And then if you're, like us and just want to stay as far away from any trademark problems as possible, when you see this alive, we just stay away from those as well. So that is one way to do the research. This time it found 2 records, so it actually showed us this list, but if it was only to show us 1 record, it would actually just go ahead and open this up for us and show us this page if there was only 1 result. And we'd just be doing the same thing, looking for this registration number. So you just scroll down a little bit and you'd look for the registration number. This one has a registration number, so we would just stay away from this altogether. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, you can do the same thing for books and electronics. We can say just do it and see if that is on books. So you can see for this one, it just took us right to this page. It didn't show us the list because there's only one. And just do it is not allowed for books either. And you can see the registration number has a registration, so we can't use just do it on books either. So that's one way of doing research on Tangent through the TESS office. The other way is actually right on Amazon, which is fantastic. So if we type in Amazon, go here, we're going to be using elephant shirt. If I scroll down one and I see one with a saying, here we go. Freaking love elephants, okay. If we wanted to use the same exact saying, we wanted to check to see if that saying was trademarked, all we would have to do is highlight that saying, and most of them put them in the title, so they make it really easy on us. Right click and you'll see TESS actually shows up right here, and this is because we have Tangent installed on Chrome that we see this option here. But if I select that, it's going to take us straight to TESS, which is awesome, and already opens it up, and it actually puts the saying straight into search here. The reason it doesn't search it for us is because it wants us to select whether we are doing these research for clothing, for books, or electronics. Again, if you're doing pop sockets or something like that, you have to check inside of electronics. So it allows you to choose what you're going after. We're going after shirts right now, so I'll leave it on clothing and I'll hit search. And this is a good page to see. This means that there were no records found, so we can use this saying, you know, the exact way it is if we want to do that. So those are the two different ways to use Tangent. If you're looking to learn more about TESS, there's a lot of information out there on, you know, exactly how to read this website and what all the numbers and all that goodness means. But that's the very basics of it. It's a really great way to be able to do trademark research reliably without a lot of hassle or trying to use, you know, this wonderful search engine that is more of a pain than it is actually helpful. So Tangent, definitely go check it out. If you guys have any other trademark research questions, feel free to ask us and we'll try to answer them the best we can. All right, guys, have a good one.